The bridge of my ship, the Dawn's Edge, fell into silence the moment the alien dreadnought appeared. 1 second the stars were clear and open, and the next, this behemoth materialized in front of us, a vessel so vast it stretched for kilometers, its hull bristling with weapons capable of turning planets into vapor. Its surface, all sharp edges and battle-scarred plating, told stories of wars fought across galaxies. It radiated dominance, and in any other era of human history, it might have worked. I studied the readings on my console, noting the energy output, the mass displacement, the sheer scale of the vessel before us. Then I looked at my crew. Lisa Park, our communications officer, had gone visibly pale, her eyes locked onto her screen. Tom Wright, our young but brilliant navigator, clutched his console with white-knuckled tension. Only Bob Kelly, our chief engineer, seemed unfazed, sipping coffee from his thermos like it was just another Tuesday. I could almost hear his internal monologue saying, "Well, that's new," without a trace of concern. Then Lisa's voice broke the silence. "Incoming transmission," she said, her words barely audible. We all turned as the main screen flickered to life. A towering alien figure appeared, clad in ceremonial armor so ornate it probably took a star system's worth of resources to forge. His face was severe and angular, with 4 eyes arranged in a diamond across his skull. Intricate tattoos adorned his exposed skin, each symbol, according to our intelligence, represented a world his empire had conquered. Then he spoke, his voice heavy with authority, like gravity wrapped in contempt. "Primitive species," he began, "I am High Admiral Vex of the Galactic Dominion. You have entered sacred space belonging to the mightiest empire in the known universe. For 3,000 years we have ruled over 10,000 star systems. Our fleets have crushed every civilization that dared oppose us." I kept my expression neutral, though I could feel the atmosphere in the room crackling with tension. This wasn't just a hostile alien encounter. This was our first direct contact with the Dominion, the ancient empire that had expanded long before humanity ever left its own star system. Vex continued, delivering his ultimatum with the calm of someone who had never been refused. "We demand your immediate surrender," he said. "Your pathetic vessel will be destroyed, and your species will be catalogued for potential slavery. Consider this mercy. Most races do not receive such generous terms." There was a long pause. No one moved. No one breathed. And then, from somewhere behind me, I heard the soft, unmistakable sound of Bob Kelly snorting into his coffee. That single, irreverent sound shattered the oppressive tension on the bridge. In an instant, the absurdity of the situation became too much to bear. We weren't scared, we were amused. Within seconds, my entire bridge crew was trying to hold back laughter. Tom's shoulders shook as he wiped tears from his eyes, and even Lisa had to turn away to compose herself. I tried to keep things diplomatic, really I did, but even I felt my lips twitching. Finally, I looked back at the screen and addressed the Admiral. "I'm sorry, High Admiral, but did you just threaten to enslave humanity with a single ship?" His 4 eyes narrowed dangerously. "You dare mock the might of the Dominion," he growled. "We have conquered civilizations that span multiple star systems." Bob didn't even try to hide it this time. He laughed out loud. "Multiple star systems? That's adorable." Then he turned to Tom. "How many systems are we up to now?" Still chuckling, glanced at his console. "Last count was about 50,000, sir. Maybe more, with the new colonies popping up during the Andromeda expansion." Vex looked genuinely confused. For a moment, his imposing demeanor faltered. "Impossible," he said. "No species could expand so rapidly." "You lie." "Oh, we're not lying," I said, finally allowing myself a small smile. "Lisa, show him the map." Her fingers flew across the console, and a galactic map appeared on the screen. Blue dots, representing human colonies and alliances, lit up like a sea of stars. Red dots, indicating Dominion territory, looked tiny by comparison. Vex stared at it, processing the reality in front of him. "You see, Admiral, I continued, leaning back slightly in my chair, while your empire has been methodically conquering its way through the galaxy for 3,000 years, we've been doing things a little differently over the last 300. Bob stood up, still holding his coffee. We didn't conquer anyone. We just asked if we could visit. Maybe trade some tech. Share a few recipes. Turns out, most species are pretty reasonable when you're not pointing death cannons at them. Trade? Recipes? Vex sputtered. This is impossible. Superior civilizations must dominate inferior ones. It is the natural order. According to who? Tom asked genuinely, raising an eyebrow. Is that written down somewhere? The Admiral's armor began to glow subtly, likely a sign of suppressed rage. The strong rule the weak, he growled. We have weapons that can shatter moons. Lisa didn't miss a beat. That's nice. We've got weapons that can rearrange entire solar systems. Mostly for construction projects, though. We built a really nice ring world around Proxima Centauri last year. I stood and stepped closer to the screen. Admiral Vex, I'll be honest. Your empire is terrifying. Your ships are awe-inspiring. Your armor's got some serious dramatic flair. But here's the thing, you've spent 3 millennia fighting, subjugating, and ruling through fear. Meanwhile, we've spent a few centuries just making friends. Bob added, and guess what? When you treat people decently, they usually return the favor. Shocking, I know. Vex looked like someone had hit him in the brain with a bat. His 4 eyes scanned the crew, blinking in unison, then out of sync, like his mind couldn't keep up. But conquest is strength. Fear is power. I shook my head. Fear is exhausting. Do you have any idea how much energy it takes to keep 10,000 worlds in line through fear? The rebellion management alone must be a logistical nightmare. Tom nodded emphatically. We crunched the numbers. The cost of maintaining that level of control would bankrupt most civilizations within a generation. This is madness, Vex declared. You speak of friendship and cooperation as if they were viable galactic strategies. Lisa glanced at him, genuinely puzzled. Who said anything about strategy? We're not playing a game. We just wanted to see cool stuff, meet new people. The galaxy's a huge place. Why rule it when you can explore it? The Admiral went quiet. His eyes blinked again, this time slower. When he spoke, his voice had lost its edge. You truly do not seek conquest? Conquest? Bob said with a shrug. Sounds like a lot of paperwork. You conquer a planet, you're responsible for it. Infrastructure, politics, food supply, no thanks. We'd rather visit, maybe set up an embassy, try the local food. I gave the Admiral a warm, genuine smile. Would you like to see what cooperation looks like? We've got 47 different species in our coalition, and they're all there because they want to be. Voluntarily. No threats. No coercion. Just mutual respect. This defies everything we know about galactic politics, he muttered. I softened my tone. Then maybe that's the problem, Admiral. Maybe you've been living by rules that never actually existed. The universe doesn't need empires. It doesn't require conquest. It just needs someone willing to reach out and say hello. The screen went dark. The transmission ended abruptly, leaving us staring at a blank display. For a long moment, no one said anything. Then Bob, without a hint of sarcasm, raised his thermos. To the most confused empire in the galaxy, he toasted, and the laughter that followed was genuine, light, and infectious. It echoed through the bridge as the Dawn's Edge resumed its course into the unknown, leaving behind a dominion that would spend months, maybe years, trying to figure out how their understanding of power and purpose had just been dismantled. Not by war, not by superior firepower, but by a species that traveled the stars not to rule, but to learn. A species that conquered through kindness and ruled through friendship.